What's up, movie Jewish Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back, trying to catch up on some Schmoedown matches before Spectacular happens a couple of days from now. So, yeah, not looking too good for me. But this one is between Bateman and Paige Frabetti. And I'm lucky that I already know who wins this, because I've been wanting someone to put Bateman out of commission this season so much, especially after he beat my boy Riley earlier in the season, especially even more so after he beat John Roca. I'm still mad. If you've been watching Get Sweaty, you know how much I hate the fact that he got a point for saying the wrong title of a Muppet movie, and then it even intensified when he challenged someone else saying what he said was an incorrect title for a Muppet movie. It's just made me so mad, and I'm so happy that Paige Frabetti is going to take him out in this match. And obviously, I gotta support the usual suspects for this one, because down with the Bateman, and probably done with my questions because I'm not going to get any right. So, anyways, let's watch Bateman get destroyed. Here we go.
Everybody, welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's round 2 of the singles tournament. We are officially underway. I am Christian Harloff, joined by Andrew Guy. Andrew, this is something for you, huh? Calling this match.
Yeah, I feel like Team Action was going to go on a great run there. It's been a couple months since I've been around Bateman, helping him out, giving him, the words to say on the microphone. And that's a big part of today's match. Paige has been calling out Ben since before this season started. The Boston Badass going after the boss. And I wonder if he can hang with her. He doesn't have me in his ear whispering all those sweet, horrible things to say to competitors. And I think there's going to be a lot of trash talk in this great round number 2.
Oh, we're going to definitely see a lot of trash talk, because she has been going after him, like you said, Andrew, before she was even drafted. Then he was on the show, I think, a spin from the reel, and they were having just an interview, and Paige crashed that and started going after Ben. She's been going after him on Twitter. He's been firing back. It's normally always Ben Bateman being the one who is going after and antagonizing. It has not been the case. It has been the Boston Badass who has been antagonizing the boss, which has been a very different position for Ben Bateman to be in.
And what a great position for the Boston Badass to be in as well. You look at Ben Bateman's record this year. He starts the season off, he goes 5-0, but since then, it's been a lot of ups and downs. And some people out there might say that Danger Zone was a bit of a flop, but that's teams, not singles, where this man is a former champion of the world. So I think the Boston Badass has to do everything and anything that she can to get inside of his head. And honestly, I wonder if she already is. She has been the aggressor, like you said, which is something that Bateman is not used to doing.
Well, he's usually the one who is aggressive, right? He's right. He's not used to being on the other side. That's absolutely right. And I think that it's not going to stop. They're both going to be pawing at each other and jabbing at each other throughout the whole thing. And this is what Paige Frabetti has to do, though, because what she has done so far is she has shown up in all of her matches. She has played phenomenally in all of her matches. But when you talk that much smack, as Chandru found out, you have to deliver. So will she deliver today, or will the boss go on to play the winner
in the worst way possible?
Newman and Horowitz. It's going to be pretty interesting, that partner.
I couldn't agree more, man. And that is going to be a cutthroat match, a live match between Griffey Nooms and Josh Horowitz, the Carpathian, who has been an incredible. Both of them have been absolutely astounding competitors. And when you look at what the Boston Badass has done this season, she struggled a little bit early on, but that's fine. She's a rookie, right? But then she finds her footing against Silvestrini, against Paramo, and now she's got Bateman. What a great name to add to her, I guess, her wall of plaques of just people she's destroyed along the way.
It's true. Sam has a victory over Bateman this year, obviously, with Ethan taking him out. So what strategy did he pass along? And Kaiser, obviously, Bateman is one of the best players in the game. He had he had a tough contest in the first round against Perry Nemiroff. It took him to sudden death. So what's going to happen in this one? How did they get to the place where you want to talk fireworks? You're going to see a lot of them right now.
Not including your partner Dan Murrell, who is the biggest threat in the singles tournament, and why is it Paige Frabetti?
Oh.
They're going to show that moment?
Schmoedown, let's get this show started.
The Boston Badass has to do it again, making it to round number 2. The Boston Badass does it 2-1 with the victory over the Hurricane.
Don't call it a comeback, guys, because I'm here to stay. Listen, I came here to do 3 things this season. Kick butt, make my faction proud, and to put Ben Bateman in his place.
Paige Frabetti of the Usual Suspects in a singles tournament round 2 meetup.
She called them out.
Ben the Boss Bateman, I'm coming for you. You think you don't stink and you think you're a know-it-all? Man, it's time for some new talent, aka me, to put you in your place, man.
This is going to be an explosive match.
Oh!
Hey there, Ben Bateman.
Oh, Ben, we're so scared. No, that's not true at all. We're not scared, okay? Not even a little bit.
I know that you won the tournament. How are you feeling about this one specifically?
We've got some work to do in the dungeon if we want to bring home that trophy, and I feel as focused as I've ever felt.
My rivalry with Sam Bateman is like Jordan Bird, Magneto, and the bald guy. I beat you in golf,
Magneto is the
Leslie
bald
Nielsen
guy.
Invitational, and I'm gonna beat you today.
No, I don't think so.
Winning that
okay,
one,
yeah,
though.
sure. You can look at records to decide who you think the favorite is in this match. But records only show you half the story.
Paige Frabetti has come out of nowhere to become, she's a force.
You should know who I am by now. I mean, my teammate got you out of that chance to get that #1 contender. I'm looking for you in round 2.
Don't count your chickens. They usually like to match up, like headliners, like blockbusters. That's like something they like to do, and so.
So they're referring to me as the headliner and then you the chicken, right?
The Boston Badass. I got a better nickname for you. How about the Departed? Because that's what you're gonna be from the league after this match.
Look,
I
all
love
jokes
Kaiser.
aside, Paige, you've had a good season. I'm going to be honest, I've watched your matches. I respect your game, but you got a lot of work to do. Some heavy lifting. And tournament time is my time.
I mean, and I respect you saying that, but I don't respect your gameplay. So,
Who wants it more? Who studies more? Who was built for Schmoedown more? And maybe back in the day that was Ben Bateman, but this isn't back in the day.
could you bring your dumbass whiteboard just one more time? Pick a camera to point it towards. No correct answers on what you write. Because Ben Bateman, I'm sorry, but you're going down tonight.
He's gonna be sorry for tonight, that one.
They both didn't hold back. They both went at it. They're both going for the throat, as we knew that we would. Paige Frabetti in her young career is already becoming a pretty big star in this league because she knows how not only to answer questions, but she knows how to play the game. And I don't mean just the trivia game itself, the overall game. She knows how to be entertaining. She knows how to cut a promo. She knows how to, she understands what this is. And I think because of that, that's why the fans have embraced her the way that they have.
Completely. And when you look at the other side of that coin with the boss, I mean, he's a guy that has been known as one of the best game players that the movie Trivia Schmoedown has ever seen. So if you want to hang toe-to-toe, obviously you have to know your stuff when it comes to movie trivia, but the game inside of the MTS, knowing when to use those repeats, knowing to count down, use every single second that you can, check into multiple when you need to, and understanding the macro of the game. How many points can I give up in any said round? How many points must I get looking forward? Does the 2 matter? Does the 3 matter? The 5 always matters. These are things that you have to think about as you get deeper and deeper into singles because it's all on you out there. Yes, you do have your manager, but when it's actually game time, when the clock is ticking down, they can't always help you out.
That's right. All right, Andrew, you ready to get going?
Oh my gosh, man, I'm so excited. Let's do this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first. Representing the usual suspects with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat. She is the Boston Badass, Paige Frabetti. Paige Frabetti, the Boston Badass. Paige, let's just get right into this thing. Bateman really rubs you the wrong way. You've been going after him since before Sam even called your name in the draft. What is it about the boss that pisses you off?
Man, someone's got to put that kid in his place. And I'm so glad that you guys are giving me the honor to do so. Because at the end of the day...
Okay, my hands are getting tired,
what
sorry.
he uses that big whiteboard for, to compensate for...
Excited little hands, but
and this Boston
not that
Badass
much.
is about to show him how this game is really meant to be played. And I'm glad a chick gets to bring him down this season, so...
Boom!
So, Boston Badass, you are teamed with Drew McQueenie. Your manager is Sam Levine. That is above the line, as we all know and respect them. What has it been like working with two of the best in the game? What have they given you any tips or tricks to defeat Bateman today, which they've done in the past?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's me against the questions, and I guess I just have that ugly smug on the other side of the camera, having to answer questions too. But I mean, may the odds ever be in his favor, because he's definitely gonna need it today. So, but they've taught me nothing but just to play my heart out, and that's what I'm gonna do today. When you're surrounded by greatness, you become great. So.
Well, last question for you here, Paige, before we get the boss in here.
I am not great.
Say what you will about the back and forth on Twitter, crashing the interviews. Is there a bit of respect at all in the fact that you are playing a former champion here today?
Oh, man. Not going to lie, Bateman, it's a huge honor that I get to play you. It's also going to be a huge honor when I get to beat you.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited. Let's get this game started, guys, because it's showtime.
All right. Thank you, Paige. And her opponent is representing the Dungeon with a record of 14 wins, 8 defeats, and 6 knockouts. He is the 2019 Ultimate Schmoedown winner and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, and then the boss, Bateman. And the boss, Bateman, the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion, in a setting he has won the teams tournament, he has won the singles tournament, and here he is again in this massive tournament. Ben, let me start you with the tournament setting. You have always shined. It's where you made your career in tournaments, whether it was in teams, whether it was in singles. You weren't in the tournament, either tournament last year, the teams or the singles. So what does it feel like being back in the tournament?
Oh, it's great. You know, Christian, it's an incredible play-in match. I'm excited that, you know, Paige is on the bubble and she gets to play into the tournament in this match. I think it's really exciting for her, and I'm excited to send her back to the FCL.
Oh, and Ben, she actually played a first-round match against Shader Promo, won, and then you beat Perry in that first round. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, right. The Perry match already escaped my memory. She won a match. You're saying Paige Frabetti has won a match? I thought she was brand new, brought up from the FCL. That's not true?
No, 2-1.
Oh, wow. Look at that. She should be proud of herself. It'll be a big day for her.
Ben, couple questions here. First one, are you wearing pants?
No comment.
Okay. And second
I'll
one,
take that as a no.
do you actually think that Paige Frabetti deserves to play against you? It sounds like you have very little respect on her name. And honestly, I feel like that almost says more about you, the fact that you don't even know the record of your opponent.
You know, Andrew, I've been in this game a long time, and this match to me, it feels like a throwback to the Team Action days, you know? It's a charity match, right? This is for fun. It's to make people smile. I think we all know what this really is. It's a diversity match. A good player versus a bad player. And that's how I feel about it.
And
So why don't we
you're
get
the bad
started?
player,
Well, I'm
right?
going to ask you one more question, because what Andrew and I both noticed is that normally you're the one that's going after people on Twitter. You're the one that's taking shots at people on Backstage or on other shows. it's been the Boston Badass who's been coming after you. She's been coming after you before she was drafted. She's been coming after you with the announcement of this match. She was coming after you hoping that you were her second round match. So what are the thoughts about how she has been coming after you?
Honestly, when I heard the name Kaiser told me I was playing against somebody, I thought he was trying to sell me urinal cakes, okay? I can't even, how can I go after somebody if I don't even know who they are? I mean, that's right. You know, I'll go after Roka. I relish that opportunity.
Anything he says to
go after a legend,
he's
the only good player on the entire suspects, Drew McQueenie, if I had to. But I mean, come on. You know, I'd like to say something nice, like I have lots of respect for my opponent. Guys, let's just get the match going. This is ridiculous.
All right, fair enough. All right, so with that, we're going to drop Bateman and bring in Paige. All right, so our competitors are here, and look, apparently they're both taking shots right beforehand. And Drew, the rules of round number 1, my friend.
That's right. The rules of round number 1. Each of you will get 8 questions from all over the movie trivia universe. We will ask you to write these questions down, and please show the camera your board at the same time that you read aloud your answer. You get 15 seconds to answer each of these questions. Of course, there are repeats and challenges in effect. You get 3 repeats. That's a JTE rule. And your challenge is upheld. You get to hold on to that thing. If it is overruled by myself or Christian, you lose it for the rest of the match. There are no steals, and there are no multiple choice in round number 1. Boss Badass, do you understand?
I do. Let's get the show started, guys.
The boss, are you ready?
I am ready. Paige, enjoy the FCL. This is a big moment for you, and I hope you have a great time losing.
I mean, the game plan today is to bring you down there, so I guess we'll see how today works out for you.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Frabetti and Bateman, here we go. Question 1. Category
it's so cute
1,
that he thinks
crime
he's good
films.
enough for the FCL.
What crime trilogy features performances from Andy Garcia, Robert De Niro, and Robert Duvall? So right away, I mean, you see Ben with that massive board he stole from a high school.
And you heard what he's apparently compensating for from the Boston
Can you
Badass.
repeat the question? Sorry.
Yes, first one. What crime trilogy features performances from Andy Garcia, Robert De Niro, and Robert Duvall? So, first one.
Like Ben is about something funny in this room that he's in.
He's taunting.
Yeah,
He's taunting.
he farted, and he's just laughing about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please, and we start with Ben Bateman.
I said the Godfather trilogy.
Yes. Paige.
It is The Godfather.
Oh,
Can we see
that say at the bottom of the board there?
The bottom of the
I
board.
wrote part 3 because you said the trilogy, so I was just writing like 1, 2, 3.
Godfather Part 3.
I haven't even considered the Godfather.
Up to you guys.
I mean, that's the.
I was just putting
well,
you said
the
trilogy,
announcer's call.
so I was just putting.
I'm not going to challenge until it's ruled incorrect or correct. So.
Crime trilogy. You should. Gonna have to rule it incorrect. Gonna have to rule it incorrect. Sam's gonna challenge it. I'm sure, but we can discuss it. But let's see if there's an official challenge first.
Sam,
but we're gonna rule that incorrect, and if there is no challenge, then we're gonna move on to the second.
All right, so no challenge administered from the usual suspects. We'll move on to question number 2.
That's new
Paige
from
Frabetti
Sam.
has used 1 of her repeats, and Ben is up 1-0. As we get to your second question in the category of 2000s. What Academy Award-winning actor plays failed minor league baseball player Merrill Hess in the film Signs? You know what, Christian, I love this movie. I feel like this movie is a bit underrated.
I'll tell you, the first time I saw it, I didn't love it. Second time I saw it, I loved it.
That's a different movie.
Remember
Sorry.
that.
I'm glad I didn't write down what I thought I was
2,
going
1.
to write.
Pens down, hands up, please, and we start with Paige.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what I had in mind.
Joaquin Phoenix.
It is 2-1 as we get to our third question. It's action adventure. Who directed Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2?
All I ever think of when I hear this movie is Haunt. just that sound. I don't know if you know what that sound is, Christian, but it comes from the film.
I know. I watched it recently. 5, 4, 3. I did.
I think
Two, we did.
Congratulations.
I'm wrong on
Oh,
this.
shut your mouth. And pen down, hands up.
I wrote something
And
down
we
anyway.
start here
Let's
with Ben
see what
Bateman.
the answer.
Mr. John Woo.
Yes.
That's what
Paige.
I said!
John Woo.
But I spelled
hits
it
that
wrong.
one.
I
Going
don't
for a
care.
little
I got the
flavor.
question
She's going for the
right.
fake out. Wonder where she learned it.
3-2. And now we get to our next question, Andrew.
Question number 4, coming from the category of horror thriller. How many films in the Halloween franchise were released in the 1990s? Do you have a favorite Halloween franchise, Christian, or horror?
How many
movie
movies are in that
franchise?
franchise anyway?
Nightmare on Elm Street. Although
Really?
Conjuring's up there for me. 5,
A lot of people.
4,
Really
3,
cool.
2.
Repeat the question.
First one for Ben.
Ooh.
In the category of horror thriller, how many films in the Halloween franchise were released in the 1990s? Early repeat there from Bateman.
They both have used one, and a little smirk from Paige when Ben used it this time, going back to what just happened recently with her repeat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please, and we start with Paige.
It's 2, guys.
Yes, Ben.
I said 3 because
I said 3.
Wow.
Oh, no,
so
oh, no,
tie
I had
game.
the same
Paige
answer
Frabetti
as
ties the
Bateman
game
did.
here
Oh, no.
with that one. It
I
is
changed my
now,
answer to 4.
excuse me, 3-3 to score at the moment. And now we get to question 5. Famous actors and actresses. Which actor lent his voice to the films Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, 1999's Stuart Little, and Atlantis, The Lost Empire? Andrew, I'm very proud of my inflection on that question.
I thought you did very well. It was
As did
paced
I.
very well.
Sometimes I know when my brain's mush going into these things, and other times I do things like that. 5,
I lost a similar
4,
question of like to that in a fan league.
Got
2,
him.
So I'm never
1.
going to forget the
Pens
answer.
down in my own mind. And now we start with Ben Bateman.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Yes, Paige.
Marty McFly
This is
himself,
heavy.
Michael J. Fox.
Paige Frabetti
it
with
was
4.
him as
Ben
Chance,
Bateman
the
with
dog.
4. We are tied up.
Homeward Bound,
No
that's the
perfect
question I
rounds so
missed and
far.
lost
And now we
the
get
result.
to question 6.
That's right. Question 6, coming from the category of comedies. Who directed the
Sorry.
films Jojo Rabbit and The Hunt for the Wilder People? It gets sad when people don't laugh when I say that.
What, the comedy?
I thought it was very funny.
No,
Thank
stop this.
Yeah, sucking up's not gonna help you, bud.
4,
Only director
3,
I haven't seen a single
2,
movie of that I don't like.
1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Paige.
Let's see if
Taika
you know how to spell
Waititi.
it, Bateman. Taika Waititi.
Yes, Bateman.
You're very smart. Taika Waititi.
Got it. All right,
Or
so
as
we are
I
tied up
affectionately like to call
5-5.
him,
The scrap continues.
Tiwaka.
As we
Yes, sir,
get
it
to
does.
question 7, your penultimate. Andy Tennant's rom-coms. Andy Tennant directed which 2005 film about a date doctor in New York City, which features performances from Eva Mendes and Michael
I
Rappaport?
already answered more questions
Rappaport.
correctly than I did in my last match that I
I'm in a mood.
reacted
I'm in a
to,
mood.
so I'm gonna sit this one out.
Do you think a date doctor is like a real thing?
Yes.
I think that, yeah,
Wouldn't be surprised if that premise was based off that. 5, a real thing. 4, 3,
you're right.
2, 1. Pens down. And Ben Bateman.
Hitch.
Yes. Paige.
It's Hitch.
We are tied up with the last question on the board. It has been everything we thought or hoped it would be in the first round. And now here is the final question of round number 1.
That's right. No perfect round available, but still a 7-7 score would be nice going into round number 2. Your final question, coming from the category of 1990s. Who stars as Ross Jennings, a doctor with a strong fear of spiders in 1990s Arachnophobia? I have a... Let me know about this, Christian, but have you trained
Arachnophobia.
or will you train your children to kill spiders for you? Because I feel like that's what I need to do. 'cause
No,
I'm
I
horrified
don't.
of that.
That's bad luck. 5.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, to kill them. I thought to train your children.
Oh,
2. Both. 1.
really? That it's bad
Stop.
luck?
Hands up, please. And Paige.
According to who?
Guys, I got you. It's Jeff Daniels.
It is. And Ben Bateman.
Yeah, no. I wrote Jeff Daniels.
So it is now a tied game, 7-7, going into round number 2. 7-7 it is. All right, Andrew, we got a tie ball game. What are the rules of round number 2?
All right, the rules of round number 2. This is the wheel round. Each competitor will take a spin at that wheel. You do have the opportunity to respin if you don't like the category that it lands on, unless, of course, it is opponent's choice. You then will get 4 questions from that category, each one worth 2 points. If you do decide to check down to multiple choice, we'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, and the point value of that question will drop from 2 to 1. You still have 15 seconds to answer each question, but in round number 2, your opponent may steal points if you give the incorrect answer. Repeats and challenges still in effect. No challenges have been issued, and 2 repeats available for both competitors. Ben Bateman, you are the favored competitor, even though we are tied at 7-7. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to your opponent?
I would love to defer. Go for it, Paige. Let's see what you got.
Oh, you're such a gentleman. Let's do it, guys.
I know.
Okay, Sam, go ahead.
Ben Bateman missed his perfect round because he blew a movie release dates question.
Ooh.
Do you know how upset
Haven't even considered that
he is
one
right now? Oh my god, and it's killing him that I'm bringing it up, that I'm pointing it out. He is cursing at the screen right now. You, on the other hand,
That's
knew
his face
the
right
answer
now.
to your question, but slightly misunderstood it, as did I. It was a weirdly phrased question. You knew what the answer was, but we missed it by that much, and I'm glad we didn't waste our challenge on that.
Gotta save the challenge for something more important, am I right?
Ben is putting on his best show for you right now, and it is not working.
Yeah, no, I can tell he wore black because he's definitely sweating right now. So
he seems to think you're some sort of rookie. You are a monster in this game.
Yep,
he's all talk, and he's missing movie release date questions. His absolute pride and joy. So let's do it. Let's spin this wheel and make him really hurt.
All right. No, Christian, it's probably better that this was not a live match in person. I feel like there would have been fisticuffs going on.
And I'm pretty sure she would have won that too.
Here's the disaster. So 60 seconds to decide if you want disaster films.
Entire.
All right, what do you think?
Face.
I mean, this is one we talked about.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you know these movies.
Yeah.
I know you know them. So it's really about confidence and whether or not we want to roll the dice. So no, it's
Yeah,
not
I
even about
mean-
confidence. It's whether we want to roll the dice or not. How do you feel? Do you want to gamble, or do you want to stick with this one and knock it out of the park and surprise some people?
you know what? Screw it. I think I always go 2 spins. So let's just do it.
Yeah,
If
why
I get
not?
it again, I mean, it is what it is. I don't
You
care.
want to spin again?
It's gonna be a disaster for Bateman. So let's
All
see.
right, spinning it again. Here we go.
Will Lady Luck be on the badass's side?
She passed opponent's
And
choice.
it's
so I'm
landing
guessing yes.
on David
David
Fincher.
Fincher.
David Fincher. All right, so we're
Or
going
as I
to
call
remove
him,
Sam and
David
bring in me.
Flincher.
All right, Paige,
If you
you're
know
going to
why,
get 4
then
questions
You know why.
in the realm of David Fincher. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Here's your first question. David Fincher. If we just list it under Fincher. There it is. I see it. All right, here it is. Here's the first question. Paige, in The Social Network, who plays Mark Zuckerberg's ex-girlfriend, Erica Albright?
It is Roni Mara.
I'll accept it.
Pretty sure it's
Correct.
Rooney Mara, but okay.
All right. And here is question 2.
But
question
I don't
2.
think Kaiser's going to challenge that.
In Fight Club, we see the narrator and Tyler Durden first meet in what type of location?
An airplane.
They meet at an airport. On an airport.
You said airport. It's incorrect.
It's an airplane.
All right. And here is the question.
Did I get that right? She
In
missed
Fight
the
Club,
opportunity?
in Fight Club, we see the narrator for Bateman. We see the narrator and Tyler Durden first meet in what type of location?
They meet.
There
on
is
an airplane.
That is correct.
we are asked to stop from the manager of The Usual Suspects.
I don't know. Maybe you were not paying attention. So Paige said an airport, and then you sort of hesitated, and then she says, or an airplane. And then that's when you said,
oh, come on,
sorry,
it's the same thing as the McQueenie thing all over again.
She verbalized the correct answer. And the precedent here in situations like that has been to ask a fresh question before the challenge.
She said
we got a
the
rebuttal
answer,
challenge to this ruling, correct? Before you go on it?
So
my rebuttal challenge to this is that you paused, indicated that the answer was not correct. She caught herself realizing that she'd given a similar but incorrect answer and corrected herself. There's 11 David Fincher movies ever. It's the most famous movie in his career pop culturally, and it's the two characters meeting. There's an enormous difference between airport and airplane.
It's not
like the bathroom and an airplane or the seat. They're different locations. And
Sammy, honestly, if she would have said airport, airplane,
correct.
and caught herself in that moment, I think that's viable. But I think
I agree with Kaiser on that.
I said the answer.
But she did say the answer.
All right, so we'll be right
You
back.
can't really keep the question as it is. I'm sorry. She said airplane, and even if you could argue that Ben didn't hear it, she still said it. So give her a new question.
We are back from our ruling, and so the ruling on the table is that Paige answered incorrectly. I had paused. It gave Paige enough time to say the answer, and with that, Sam had said that she was, because of that, leading Ben to then get the correct answer. Whether Ben would have known or not, we don't know. So because, and this has nothing to do with precedent, even though Sam argued on precedent, we don't go off past precedent here at all, but because on myself, the way that I particularly was slower on it. You guys know my feelings on digital in general. However, because of that, we do feel that it is fair. Ben will get an opportunity to steal. It will be a fresh question that he's going to get an opportunity to steal on. It is incorrect on Paige's answer. Ben, you'll get a fresh question to try to steal for the 2-point steal.
So we still have our challenge then, right?
You still have your challenge. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
All right.
what if I don't agree?
It doesn't.
Then,
Do I receive my steal question now or at the end of the round?
Right now.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Nice work, Paige. Let's get this thing up.
All right, Ben. Ben, who plays Daisy, the love of Benjamin's life in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Kate Blanchett.
2-point steal for Ben Bateman.
Oh,
So
anyway.
now, Bateman,
Big steal.
big steal. Paige Frabetti misses that one. And now she's going to get a third question.
Do I get 4 for stealing it twice, or no?
All right, why don't you calm down over there?
Here we go. Paige, which David Fincher film features performances from Pete Postlethwaite, Charles S. Dutton, and Lance Henriksen? Oh my God, I can't see. Gosh darn.
Henriksen.
Don't worry, I know the answer.
Henriksen.
Alien 3.
Thank you.
Also features Paul McGann,
Start
I
off in a
believe.
good mood, Andrew.
The 8th Doctor.
So being one, it's 11-9 right now. Paige does have a 2-point lead with 2 more points available here in her second round.
Here you go, Paige. Jared Leto, Dwight Yoakam, and which other actor play burglars in Panic Room?
That is Forrest Whitaker.
2 more points for Paige. 1 steal, and she sees herself now. It is 13-9 going into Ben Bateman's steal.
Yeah, what a fascinating round number 2. Challenge is upheld, but still the steal comes through for the boss. Let's give him a minute to talk to his manager, John Kaiser.
Guy, thanks for letting me borrow a tie today. Appreciate that. Listen, the last time I was in Boston, I swung by Mike's Pastries, out there in Faneuil Hall. That's where I like to pick up my cannolis. I came out, and my car was flipped over, all right? Now, at first, I thought it was the chowder heads. They saw the New York plates. And then I realized that's how the meter maids out there do business, okay? The entire city, no class. Now Febreze knows that. She won't admit it, but she knows it's true. That city gets under her skin. Anyways,
Febreze!
Nice deal. After the hijinks, we're playing Hanna-Barbera Schmoedown today with Sam. I forgot where we are. Let's clean it up, let's zen out, and let's move on to the next level.
I agree. Sam is so proud of her right now. He is so proud of her. You did so great.
How you wear these jackets? I'm sweating my ass off.
I'm ready to spin. Kaiser, let's do this damn thing.
By the way, I did consider myself a point, even though the question was changed.
You ever been to Mike's Pastries, Faneuil Hall? They're the only decent people in that city. Let me be honest with you.
I have not.
Well, you should try it.
Coming of age. 60 seconds to the side.
All right, let's look at this.
I'm looking at it. I'm sweating, but I'm looking at it. Well, I say you give it I give it another whirl.
Down 4.
I don't want. I mean, who wants to listen to questions about those movies? To be honest with you, there's so much juicier stuff on this wheel.
Yeah, like horror.
Yeah, but she doesn't have much of a lead.
And Pixar.
There's not anything on this wheel that if we were to hit opponent's choice, which is probably what'll happen, that would actually sink us. So,
take a shot, baby. Give it a spin.
Gonna need a decision here.
I'm gonna keep coming of age.
Gonna keep it.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, keeping coming of age. All right, Andrew.
All right, here we go. 4 questions coming your way. Boss from the category of coming of age. He decides to not listen to his manager and stick to his guns. Your first question of 4, worth 2 points, from coming of age. Haley Steinfeld and Woody Harrelson star in what 2016 coming of age film about an awkward girl named Nadine who is trying to find her way through high school?
Age of 17. I actually knew something!
2 repeats?
Yeah, 2 left.
Yeah, he knows it. He's just playing it up for the
5, 4, 3.
Edge
2.
of 17.
Might be able to trick your opponents, Bateman, but you cannot trick me. 2 points for Ben to start off this round in coming of age. 6 more points available as we sit at 11 to 13. Your second question from coming of age. In Dazed and Confused, what actor plays the character O'Banion, who is repeating his senior year and is making it his mission to paddle some incoming freshmen?
Is that Matthew McConaughey? Or is that a different movie I'm thinking of?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Ben Affleck.
We have a tie ball game, tied up at
was a
13
different
as
movie.
Ben Bateman is only halfway through his round number 2. Ben, your penultimate question to get a 2-point lead. In Stand By Me, Teddy had previously had what part of his body burned on a stove by his father?
That's messed up, man.
We're gonna go multiple choice.
Oh, what's that?
You can do that.
Finally,
Your
a question you
multiple
have to
choice options
actually
are A,
watch the
his
movie
hand,
to know.
B, his chest, C, ear, or D, cheek.
Let's say hand, because it sounds the most practical. Whoops.
5, 4, 3.
Ear.
2.
That is correct for 1 point as we find Ben Bateman up by 1 with his final question coming his way here in Coming of Age. Who played June George, Regina's irresponsible mother in Mean Girls?
Five, 4.
Yeah, multiple choice on this one.
Your multiple choice options are A, Tina Fey, B, Maya Rudolph, C, Anna Gasteyer, or D, Amy Poehler.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it's Tina Fey. Just because who wouldn't want Tina Fey as her mother in a movie? You know what I'm saying? As their mother,
5,
I probably should have said.
4, 3, 2.
Amy Poehler.
One of the coolest moms in high school. That is correct for 1 more
Yeah, it
point.
was
Ben
the
Bateman
other
finds himself in the
opposite
lead of
end of the
15 to
spectrum.
13 there, Christian. Maybe
In
not
more
as many
ways than
points
just
as he
one.
would have liked to get out of round number 2, but a lead nonetheless.
No, it showed the experience of the ex-champion, though, too, because he took his time. He mathematically kind of paced it out and knew he just had to go to multiple choice twice, and he still goes into round number 3 with a 2-point lead, but it's anybody's game going into the third and final round. Andrew, what are the rules?
Here we go. The rules of round number 3. Each competitor will pick 3 numbers that correspond to 3 categories all over the movie trivia space. Those 3 questions will come for 2 points, 3 points, and then 5 big points. You still have 15 seconds to answer each question, and there are no steals or multiple choice available in round number 3. Challenges and JTEs still in play. Ben the Boss Bateman, you have a 2-point lead here over the Boston Badass. What are your 3 numbers?
It's a new tournament, new year. I think I'm going to go 17, 7, and 3.
17, 7, and 3. All right, 17, 7, and 3. Okay.
And the Boston Badass?
You know what? I'm gonna switch it up too. Why not? I'm gonna go 4, 8, and 12.
4, 8, and 12. All right.
You're doing great, Paige. You're really doing, and Sam's very proud of you. I know he is. I can hear him right now.
Yeah, I know. I can see you sweating. I think you need a bigger suit just for the heads up. But
All right, so now
we'll paint on ya.
we're going to drop out Paige, and we're going to bring in Kaiser. 60 seconds, Kaiser, starting now.
I'm going to go with Ellis from Die Hard, James Woods from Casino, Boston Red Sox fans. Boss, this is where we close the deal. I'm doing all the sweating over here. I know you're cool as a cucumber. Let me just tell you, you got 2 JTs left. You worked your way through that masterfully. The boss is back. He's always back. Stay cool. Use the time on the clock. Listen to the question. Pull out the important parts and let it rip. I mean, listen, Ferlinghetti put up a good fight, but, you know, after this, she's going to have to think about where she's going next.
Well, he hasn't called her Ferngalley yet.
Or a bar league somewhere in Worcester, wherever she lives. But
that.
let's do business today, baby.
Close it down.
All right, 60 seconds. Sam, starting now.
Do you know how angry at himself Ben is that he only has a 2-point lead going into round 3?
And he only has a 2-point lead because I made 2 silly mistakes.
2 mistakes.
That I knew the answers to. I made little
Mistake
mistakes.
number 1, mistake number 2.
He ain't winning because
That's
of
his
himself.
lead.
He's winning because I made little
Yeah.
mistakes. But guess what? Round 3, new round.
Yeah.
You don't need me to tell you, you know. Yeah, so
After
you know
I
his
win,
history of whipping on 5-pointers? It's epic.
Yeah.
It's epic. So, yeah, he's going to keep doing his thing where he pretends not to know and then waits for the countdown and then says the answer. It's very original.
Until he
Everyone's very
eventually
familiar
isn't
with it,
going
and
to
it
know.
never gets old. So, you know, either he's just messing with people like it's a big surprise, or he genuinely doesn't know and really needs all that time. And at this stage of the game, those answers aren't coming to you, Ben.
Yeah.
should be
I
taking
mean,
some games below.
he took coming of age because he's finally hitting puberty in life now. So
You got your
I
2
was waiting
repeats
for
left.
someone to make that
Use them
joke.
if you need. You know what to do.
All right.
let's do this, guys.
Okay. So we are going to start with Paige here in round number 3. And we start. Andrew, you want to take these here with category
I'd love to.
Category 4.
That's right. That's going to correspond for your 2-point question to remakes and reboots for 2 points and to tie the game up. Boston Badass. For remakes and reboots, who starred as the character Gary in 2011's The Muppets?
Jason Segel? Or is it Jason Sudeikis? I don't know. Oh, man.
I believe
I'm going
it is
Sudeikis.
Jason Segel.
We're tied up again here. Paige
Segel
Frabetti
was the
hits her
first name I
2-point question. We
came
are
up
tied
with,
at
so
15,
technically...
Christian.
That's
Both
right. And
answers are
Bateman,
correct.
he chose
Hooray.
category 17, and that would
I
be
said
horror
Segel
films.
I always
Horror
keep
films for
getting
Ben
mixed
Bateman.
up
Ben,
because they have
your 2-point
similar
question in
names.
the realm of horror films.
Boom!
Here is your question.
Chakalaka-laka.
Bruce Campbell
Speaking of
played
the Muppets.
Ash Williams for the 3rd time when he's sent back in time by Necromicon in this 1993 film from director Sam Raimi.
Army of Darkness. Come on, even I know that, Ben Bateman. Come on.
Five, 4, 3.
Army of
2.
Darkness.
2 points for Ben Bateman, and now Ben takes his lead back, and now Frabetti will try to answer her 3-point question. She chose category 8.
That's right. Category 8 goes to one of my favorite genres in all of film, rom-coms. For your 3-point question, and to take that lead back, Boston Badass, which actor plays Jamie, a writer who falls in love with his Portuguese housekeeper in Love Actually?
Oh, the waiting game sucks, right, Bateman? Oh,
Why?
it's Colin Firth.
Throwing a little bit of shade towards Bateman as she picks up 3 more points, and the lead goes right back to the Boston Badass, 18-17, Christian.
All right, so Ben Bateman now. He's got category 7. That gives him Oscar films. Oscar films. All right, Ben. Here you go. For Oscar films, how many times has Damien Chazelle been nominated for Best Director?
I'm gonna guess 3. Let's see. La La Land. I'm assuming.
3.
Guessing
2 times.
Incorrect. Looking for 1 for La La Land.
Really?
That was just 1.
He only
Well.
got nominated for La La Land.
So, with this,
He didn't get nominated for
here is where
for
we
First
stand.
Man.
Ben Bateman has
Damn
to
well
hit his 5.
should have been. But
He hits his 5-pointer,
Still.
it bounces back to Paige, and she'll have an opportunity to win. However, if he misses, Paige Frabetti will go on to play either Horowitz or Newman. All right, Ben.
Newman.
Chose category 3. 1990s. The 1990s is the category.
I think he was born
All right,
that
boss.
decade, maybe.
Here is the question. Which 1995 crime film is known for the line, "I do what I do best, I take scores, you do what you do best, try to stop guys like me"?
Heat. Back on you, Paige.
That is correct. So no hesitation from Bateman on that one. Doesn't play the Bateman game on that one. Haven't seen him do that maybe ever.
Yeah, he's
That
he's
is
getting scared.
very unorthodox for the boss. You love to see it. Throwing some shade at the Boston Badass, who chose number 12 for her 5-point question. And of course, that number will take you to the wonderful world of Pixar films.
Pixar.
All right, so
Pixar.
so with that, if Paige Frabetti
More like
hits it,
Pixar,
will
am
be
I
the one
right?
and will go on
Sorry, I
to
gave
play
into
either
the joke,
Horowitz
I'm
or Newman. However, if she misses,
Just been seeing so
Ben
many
Bateman
memes about
will
that lately.
go on
It's
to the next
starting
round. Andrew?
to drill its way into my.
Here we go, Boston Badass. For the win, your 5-point question from Pixar. Nathan Fillion, Bill Hader, and Aubrey Plaza all lent their voices to what Pixar film?
I'm gonna guess Inside Out.
5.
Pretty
Repeat
sure
the
Bill
question.
Hader's in that one.
Your
Second one.
repeat. Yep. Nathan Fillion, Bill Hader, and Aubrey Plaza all lent their voices to what Pixar film?
Well, Nathan Fillion
I had one more, right?
doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense.
5.
Repeat it.
Here it is.
Your
Okay,
final
I would
repeat
like to
in the
change my
category of Pixar
answer.
for 5 points. Nathan Fillion, Bill Hader, and Aubrey Plaza all lent their voices to what Pixar film?
To The Good Dinosaur.
Great game, Bateman. Monsters University.
Really?
And your winner, advancing to the next round,
The Boston Badass!
Paige Frabetti! Biggest upset of the tournament thus far. The Boston Badass goes 3-1 and takes out the boss, Ben Bateman. What an upset. Down goes Bateman. Down goes Bateman. What an interesting turn of events. The Oscars movie, which Bateman is very strong in, he misses by 1 number, and Paige Frabetti advances. Wow, what an opportunity here for the rookie, and what an upset it was. Sam Levine besides himself at the moment, and we are going to see you guys in just a moment. You will be talking with Jen Sturger. Congratulations.
Wow, Christian, I cannot get over what just happened. A crazy back and forth from the beginning, no perfect rounds. The most fascinating thing here is one of the things that you just said. Bateman misses his three-pointer from Oscars. He answers his 5 instantaneously, but that perfect round 1 out the window from a movie release dates question. So a very surprising day for the former champion.
It's funny though, because they both made mistakes, but different mistakes, right? So like as you just mentioned there, I mean, those are 2 categories, the movie release dates category and Oscar category, which Bateman is like lights out in. And those are the 2 that he missed. I'm very shocked by the Damien Chazelle miss by him, because that's one to me that I feel he gets in his sleep normally, but he misses it. And then Paige Frabetti, who just stayed in the pocket, won the match, and now she goes on to play the winner.
Or as Finstock likes to call him, Damien Casile.
I mean,
it's crazy, man. You and I are both beside ourselves, because the other part of this equation, I think, that comes into play is the fact that the Boston Badass never gave up. You see a lot of times competitors, after they miss a question, after they go down points, they stop the smack talk, they stop trying to stay in their opponent's head. And while that may or may not have worked against Bateman, it worked for her. She stayed dialed in through the 5. She even slow played her 5-pointer. If I was wearing a hat, I'd be taking it off to the Boston Badass.
100%. So with that, now in the winner's circle with Jen Sturger is Sam Levine and the Boston Badass, Paige Frabetti.
Guys, I wish I had a camera on me when that last question came through, because wow, just wow. What an upset, guys. How are you feeling right now?
I'm going to ask everyone to stop using the word upset, because this match played out exactly as it was meant to play out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, exactly. People are calling it upset.
Yeah,
I mean,
the favorite one.
Well, you know, Bateman's
upset that he
about
lost.
this movie.
That's what it was.
Wow, that's exactly what I
knew
said.
going into this match, I had to play my butt off. I know he's a great competitor, but how do you like them apples, Bateman?
Ooh.
All I gotta say.
I like the sound of them apples, Will.
How much of today's victory do you attribute to, let's face it, you guys played Bateman's game right back at him?
And
with all the trash talk and everything else.
It helps that, he's starting to become like Roca in that he's just been around so damn long. And he's got no new tricks in the bag. There's nothing to be surprised by anymore with him. He's always going to wait till the countdown. He's always going to act like he doesn't have the right answer and then reveal the right answer on the board.
But that's the thing, Sam, is we saw him actually kind of get shaken off of his normal behaviors. So if anything, I think it's more of a tribute to the fact, I know, Kevin, that you guys were able to kind of break him off his usual game.
Where's Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, when he spit out his 5-pointer to regain the lead, it was instant. He forgot about the whole, I'm supposed to get in their heads business and wait and use the rest of my JTEs.
Yeah,
finally
played
he
the
was
game the way he
surprised that he
should
knew
be
it and he
played.
just blurted it out. It was great. I'm just sorry the game had to end right there.
Yeah. You know what? Bateman, girls can play mind games too, just for the heads up. So.
Actually, girls are better at mind games.
Programmed to do that.
Just saying.
Paige, I have to ask you, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people doubting your ability to face someone like Bateman and have the kind of performance that you had today. Do you feel like this performance kind of solidifies everything that Sam's been touting you as from the beginning of the season?
Dude, I mean, I knew going into this match, I look at every match.
There's Kevin!
This match I
Kevin!
faced. And I knew this
Flip is
one.
here.
I talked a lot of smack.
Kevin.
I came to back it up. So
I love it.
I mean, I have Sam in my corner and the rest of the suspects, and we've got each other's backs, and whoo, it's a nice W to have today. So feels good when you can back it up. So I knew that was gonna happen, but.
So you're the first person we've seen to go to round 3 now. You're going to face another rookie in Newman and Horowitz, preference, and will you be there in New York to watch this all go down in person?
I mean, I am a Boston girl, but I guess I'll make my way to New York to see who I'm going to be competing against. I mean, I'll take either or.
Yeah, so you'll slum it. You'll slum it for us just to come down and see what happens.
I'll make an appearance. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. I have no preference at all. Whoever, I guess, made the best boy win. So,
Yeah.
Ouch. Sam, hats off to you. Frabetti just proving time and time again that she's the star that you always said she was. And I cannot wait to see you tear up the rest of this tournament. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. I am so proud of her. All the suspects are proud of her. And don't you dare call this match an upset. The favorite one.
Okay, I won't.
I love it.
I
Take
won't.
care, guys.
I love you to death, Sam, but it's an upset.
It's an upset.
I mean,
That's the
hey,
only thing
Christian
to
can
call
say
it,
it.
man.
when you
can.
put a 2-1 rookie against a former champion who has
Can't call it
won the
anything else
tournament,
but an upset.
who has won the teams tournament, he's won the singles tournament, he's won the singles championship. It's an upset, and but it doesn't mean anything except this is a superstar who is now 3-1, who had one setback in her first match, is on a 3-game winning streak, and now has to battle another rookie in either Newman or Horowitz. Most people thought Bateman was going to be there. Most people.
I think honestly, I don't want to speak for you, Christian, but I think both of us thought Bateman would be there as well. And you know what? I always say that this at the desk, not when I'm playing, but I'm okay with being wrong. I really am. What a great performance there from the Boston Badass. And again, I tip my hat to her and her gameplay and being able to stay in it even after going down early on. Now, Bateman on the other side of it, I am curious to see what him and Kaiser have to say about that round number 2. Not respinning, coming of age. Bateman seemed very surefire on it. Kaiser seemed like he wanted anything but that. And you did see him check down. So while strategy is the name of the game when it comes to the boss, you wonder if sometimes that rookie energy of just close your eyes and swing until you hit something is maybe a bit better than playing cautiously because of experience.
It's a great point. And it's also, look, Ben has also been on he's been around, as Sam said, he's been around for a bit. So many questions that I want to see Jen Sturger ask. I'm sure she's going to ask them all. And we're going to have Jen Sturger, who's with Kaiser and Bateman right now. Jen.
Hi, gentlemen. Very unusual territory for all of us, so forgive me. I guess we
Kevin?
gotta start with
You know
round
Kaiser
2,
wants
and
to see Kevin.
Is that kind of where things started to come off the wheels?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think round 2 was strong for us. We got a 2-point steal. We got 2 2-point steals, and then we didn't respin to maintain a lead. We got 6 points. I mean, you want to get 8, obviously, but, you know, there's slices on that wheel that on a respin I probably get less than 6, and I'm sure there are slices that I get 7 or 8, but I don't think that keeping coming of age and getting all the questions right was in the position that we were in, which is losing by 4. You have to put yourself in position to be up by 8, or as we were up by 2. I don't think there's anything wrong with the round 2.
But let's face it, Ben, I'm still trying to decide, did you kind of outplay yourself here? Because
Maybe.
you missed questions that are, honestly, they're usually layups for you. So what do you attribute that to?
I mean, I think that in both situations, I was between 2 numbers, and I took a guess, which I'm very often right with. I knew it was 2 or 3, and I thought it was 2 or 3 actually in the second one. The second one I was much further off on. But yeah, it was, they weren't the questions that worked out for me that day, unfortunately. The Halloween one, I know my horror movies well enough, but I was off by a year on one of the sequels, and that puts me at 2 versus 3. So I would love to have that one back. But it is ironic, I suppose, that losing in a tournament and 2 questions that are related to classically categories that are my strength.
Kaiser, how are you feeling after today's loss?
Hey, every great organization has their good days and bad days. And, I thought, could we have been a little sharper? Sure. But, we still, we got time left this season to keep our eye on what's really important. And that's a team championship. And I still think we're going to get that. And the boss is still in line to help us get that. And this is the time when everybody in the dungeon needs to come together, help out your brothers and sisters who still got games left, and let's let it rip. And one other thing, I will give a shout out to the Mercogliano family in Boston. They run Mike's Pastries in Faneuil Hall.
So I have to ask you guys, now that you've played Paige, are you willing to kind of say that even after all the trash talk, she may be the real deal?
I mean, Jen, you know how I
hell of a
operate.
player. She's a hell of a player. I'll give
You know
her.
how I
I'm
operate.
sorry, Beth. She's a good player, and she came to play. She's tough as nails, and you got to give credit where credit's due.
You know how I operate, Jen. It's always a different situation in match versus post match. I'm never going to take anything away from somebody who's hungry and who wants it, and we all have to have moments. And if she's going to go win a title, then this is the big part of the win to that title. So look, she played well, I think she did, and she hit her 3. I didn't hit mine. That was the game ultimately. So she got more questions right than I did in that sense, or at least more points. And you have to give credit to that because I lost today. I'd be an idiot not to.
I have to say, with this loss, coming at you today kind of unexpectedly, does this put a lot more emphasis on teams and you and Dan getting back in the title hunt? Because let's face it, I think a lot of people have found your lack of winning together kind of concerning.
I mean, they did win.
Yeah, I mean, look,
a lot.
for me this season, the most important title was the team's title. It's the one that I wanted to get back. It's the one that I wanted to get, I should say. And we felt really good about our chances. I believe Dan is the greatest player of all time. And so having that person as your partner is a great place to be.
Just had a really bad match
obviously, we've had a couple matches that, for one reason or another, on a single question swung the other direction. We've been in the situation where it's swung in our favor before too. So we could just as easily be 5-0 right now. I think our resolve is strong. Our preparation is there, and it's where I'll put my energy now. So as far as pressure, we want this dungeon championship. We want this faction championship. It matters to us. And, my first team's matchup is going to be one that's, stinks of revenge. So you'll see me there.
Jen, when you're number one, when you're the big boy on the block, like the dungeon has been all year, they're going to be coming at us from all angles. Everyone's going to try and pile on us. So we just got to get better. So I hope everybody in the dungeon is watching this. Whoever's got matches left, you all got to get better if you want to win. Let that be a message from your manager. And another thing, Jen, I'm pissed I don't get to see Kevin today, but that's all right. I guess that's.
He's right here. He was actually bothering me the entire last interview. He says he only makes appearances when you win, though. So
well, I'm glad I got to see him. And listen, let's all go watch Inglourious Bastards and remember Sam in the good years, because now someone's got him cleaning the gutters.
You had to go there, bro. You had to go there.
Even when you lose,
I hear you can clean a gutter. Pretty good at it.
Anyway, I'm ending this here. Tough loss today, gentlemen, but we'll see what happens the rest of the season.
Oh, we'll be back.
I don't doubt it.
Look, so obviously Bateman got upset. He got shook in this one.
He got upset.
And it was, that to me was surprising that it was, as he was saying, as Jen was saying, as Sam was saying, it's strange that it was Oscars and movie release dates that took him out. Because, out of all the glory that he's had with that over his Schmoedown career, and to see it now be the one that catapults, because this is as you said earlier, this is a make or break star moment for Paige, and she delivered.
She absolutely did. And, the game has evolved exponentially over the years. So because Bateman was such a great movie release dates player and Oscars player years and seasons ago, I'm sure he's better than the average Joe, and he's probably better than most everyone in the MTS. But the game has evolved. The questions have gotten harder. The competition is that much steeper. And today, those were his downfalls, when in the past they maybe have got him championships, have got him to that next round. But the next round is all about Paige Frabetti as the dungeon focuses on their team's tournament. Not a whole lot left to do here in the singles.
That's right. Well, Dan Murrell, obviously still in the singles and still out there. Could Dan Murrell make it all the way back? Could he be the last hope for, or one of the hopes for, or David Del Rio also still in this thing for the dungeon? But yeah, Bateman now is going to be focusing on those teams. And as we both know him well enough, the teams tournament now is going to get a little bit more dangerous with both Murrell and Bateman really focused on this tournament. So it's anybody's game, but it is definitely Paige Frabetti's game, as she now is probably going to be in New York, and you should be in New York too, because now you're going to find out who she's going to play in the third round between Newman and Horowitz. Who's going to win? You got to get tickets at the Schmoedownlive.com. And in the main event, the brand new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Lady Justice Marisol McKee, will face, get this, her faction mate, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, for the championship. Chance Ellison trying to get his first, Marisol trying to get her very first fast title defense, the Schmoedownlive.com. All right, Andrew, so that's it. Round number 2, match number 1, and what a way to start round number 2.
I mean, that's the best thing about tournament season, whether it's March Madness or here in the Schmoedown, which is exponentially more important to me. Upsets will always happen in tournament season. You never know when, you never know where. Did your bracket get busted? Did you pick Frabetti over Bateman? because I definitely did not. But like I said before, I'm happy to be wrong. And what an exceptional performance from this promising young rookie.
I think more people are going to be picking her in the third round for sure.
I think so.
That is it for myself and Andrew Guy and our great team over here at Skybound. Thank you guys so very much. See you for the remainders of the rest. We have so many different tournaments going on. Check the schedule over at the schmoedownlive.com.
Well, I knew it was coming, but got a little bit nervous there, especially in round 2 after what happened, after the steal, the double steal, but I'm glad that the right person won, the favorite won, as Sam Levine says, and I'm just really happy for Paige. Full disclosure, I have been on stream with both Paige and Ben Bateman in different points of my life. I love and respect them both as human beings. I don't really respect Ben Bateman as a player too much, but I'm just so happy that Paige won. And in such a spectacular fashion, no pun intended, obviously, when obviously, like they said, he immediately went for the answer to hopefully try to get this match over with, and then she brought it right back by pulling the old Ben Batemanisms of just waiting and repeat the question for the answer, which she already knew from the start. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy about this match. I only answered 7 questions, which is actually more than I answered my previous one. Although, keep in mind, one of those questions that I did answer correctly is the first question, which was changed for reasons because, it was a challenge. But anyways, I'm still kind of proud of myself for being able to at least get my minimum goal for a Schmoedown singles match, and I'm happy to look forward to the next match whenever I have time to react to more of these. That's all I have time for today. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.